Hey, welcome to our live trading event. In this video, we will share our insight of a live trading financial market. Hopefully, you can learn and benefit from it. If any of the topic interests you, then I personally like to invite you to join my trading community. We'll leave the link in the description a bit later, or you can find it on our bios if you are watching it from Instagram. Today, we want to share a couple of interesting facts that we saw yesterday. We did see a couple of bullish moves on the US stock indices, but some of them didn't actually follow through. And price action doesn't look very bullish to me now. We did a long trade on pound dollar. Some of the members may have followed, but for me, I'm already out because certain levels already broken. So let me dive right in, share the screen, and you will see a bit more. Bear with me a second. Right, I'm going to start off with the indices always with China. I'm looking at this today. So this is the S&P 500. Let me just get a pen, bear with me. So we did see price action push up, it stalled a little bit around this area. And now trying to push up again, but this kind of price action doesn't look very bullish to me, okay? So we see how that goes, but certainly I don't want it to break below this 4,460 area, which is quite significant because multiple sort of interaction around here. So I like to see that stay above on that. Okay. So that's the plan on this is for me, I think it's a little bit too weak for me to get involved, to be honest with you. So I'm going to disregard that actually. But if I do see price break below here, something interesting might be opening up, which I'm going to share in a moment anyway. Let's move on to Dow Jones. So daily chart, it does look, has some bullish momentum, but Dow Jones is the most bullish out of the three of the indices anyway. But now we reached to a level which just around the previous daily swing high, which is the 35,400 level. Dropping down to hourly, let's have a quick look. We see an initial push down. That's fine in the open, and then we see price grinding higher. Are we going to break? The question is very important now. Are we going to continue to break higher? Or are we going to break lower from here, reject this level? So keeping an eye on that. The weakness really is from the NASDAQ. I mean, yesterday, we saw a big push lower and then continue lower. Now, price action here definitely doesn't look bullish at all. Because after the initial push down, buyers are struggling at the moment. So if it breaks this trend line, we could see test a low, daily low, or even lower. We shall see about that anyway. But one thing this morning when I was looking at the Asian market, the Hang Seng, already kind of trying to change. That was the daily potential high low is drifting lower, which is not a bullish sign. Nikkei is okay, I guess. He's staying above the 27,000 level. I said is quite significant, so that's not too bad, but it's not strong enough for me to get involved. So we are just basically waiting for a bit more clear direction on that. Go to the dollar index. That is multiple things that I don't like. Let's go to daily first. We are obviously still on a daily uptrend. Not argue. Nothing you can argue. Every time it touches around this 99 or 100 area, it's reject. Buyers seems to defending. They like this $100 area. We drop down to 4 hours. First level I say it need to break is this 100. It broke down. Now it had a low test and slowly trying to push higher. So that's why on the pound dollar, we already know yesterday, I said if we break above these 130.50, then we will take the retest, which we did in the afternoon. But the price action through here, that's not bullish price action, right? If you break retest, we're expecting to go, but it didn't. And today already broken lower. Now, yes, we're seeing some buyer coming back in, but for me, this kind of price action is just not right. So I'm out already with a little loss. So, this is how I trade. You can see the way I trade is when it breaks the previous high, I'll move it to the 1 hour high low, which it did. Boom, kicks me out. Fine, no problem at all. That's fine. It's not my day. We will protect my capital and wait for the best opportunity. Two of the pairs that I want to show you is first is Australian dollar. Obviously, it has not changed to a downtrend just yet, but this trend line, if it breaks, we could open up downside back to this previous low, about the $70 area. Okay, so keeping an eye on Aussie at the moment, but Kiwi is the one that I probably would be thinking to take a trade. Because arguable, if you look at this, the daily phase 2 here, arguable, we are having some cycle already. And this $68 level is quite significant. So we're seeing rejection yesterday, big rejection last night, actually, well, in the morning. So I'm going to drop down and show you these. We can see first and foremost, we are having definitely a change of trend on the hourly anyway. That trend line broke. We have now a lower high on the 1 hour. Okay. So if I see this level break, well, let me draw it a bit better. I'm going to draw it with the chart. If I see this level break, then I will look to be a seller of Kiwi dollar first, because it's just got a little bit more room, and I like the cycle through here. So it's looking quite bearish. This is the 1 hour trend here, looks really corrective to me, because you can see, take off the trend line here. Price action, buyer is really struggling. Every time buyer tries, seller to come back in. Now, big selling. So I'm really looking for a breakout 1, 2, 3 pattern to go short. But let's wait until another 20 odd minutes when this US open. Then we will, if I see indices turn bearish, then I will look to be a Kiwi seller. Okay, because one thing that I want to point out, the current trend here, let me just draw it. Current phase here looks very similar to this here. So we could have another leg lower like that. So, which I see it dropping down probably about the 66 area. I don't know why my circle's moved up. Something around this area. So still good reward to risk, but maybe you should consider to take some profit around the 67.10 first, or lock some profit anyway. That's what I'm going to do. And then leave some running back to the 66 area. That's my probably one of my top of my list at the moment, because just price action, you can see rejection. We're having an inside high test at the moment. That looks more bearish than bullish to me anyway. Okay. Moving on to dollar CAD. Oh, actually, let's go to euro dollar first. Euro dollar. What is euro dollar doing? Look, 4 hours, we reach back to this support resistance level, the 109 area, now high test. Okay, so if it's going to smash that through, great, but it didn't. It's showing a rejection at the moment. But it's a bit too late for me to get involved to sell because not much room. Also, this Sunday is the French election. I don't know what's going to happen, so maybe some spike in there. So I don't want to get involved with euro dollar in a minute. Dollar CAD. We saw initial push down yesterday on dollar CAD. Now we're back to the support level, potential small low test bar. So for me, it's too sideways for me to consider to do anything really. So I'm gonna happily leaving it. Dollar Swiss, interesting, isn't it? It broke off this resistance level, had a reversal bar now, but it's staying above. If you drop down to a 4 hour, still intact. 4 hours still in trend, unless it break lower and come back lower, then you may consider to be aggressive and range trading. But for me, I haven't touched Swissy for 2 years because I just don't like the behavior of it. So again, happy to leave it. Dollar yen, the forever uptrend. When is it going to end? Can't answer you that. Don't know how to answer you that. Price remain bullish. I mean, we could see some pullback. I think we are due some pullback in yen anyway. So what potentially could be setting up is, let me draw that, something like that. A couple of days pullback. So maybe pull back to around this area. And I'll consider to take it long. I'm not considering to take it long to break this daily swing high, but smaller time frame, 2 to 1, something like that, that would be my preference. So I will trade a 4 hour trend on that. I'll use a more 4 hour chart to get in. Delete all the drawing. So 4 hour. See, I got a level that marked, which I quite like, in the 12623 area. You can see last time when it interacted with the 50 EMA on 4 hour, it liked that and it just bounced off. So that would be my plan through here. Look for, and then go for a smaller time frame, double bottom half an hour and take it long. So that's my plan for dollar yen, but it's not quite ready. So probably sometime next week. All right. I'm going to move on to commodity. Right. Oil. Where's it heading? Honestly, on oil, actually, this is really tricky. Is try to push lower and now low test and we find some buyer. This is a monthly pivot, so maybe we'll see a push higher first and then lower, but currently it's not clear. Okay, so I'm going to wait for more clear direction confirmation, maybe sometime next week before any action now to be taken. Gold. I said last couple of weeks, I said this is very tricky to get in because for my sign, this looks bullish, but if you drop down to hourly, it's not. And then now we high test around the $2,000 area. So maybe a double top formation. I see gold roll lower eventually to that level, but just timing the key sort of elegant entry is very important. So maybe a double top around 2,000 sometime next week, then I'll consider to sell it. But currently is price action is too low test potentially, so we may see a reverse back. Let's see if we get a rejection around 2,000. Okay. Moving on to silver. Silver. I said we're likely going to see a price drop back lower 25.50. We are, but Are we going to see a rejection at 25.50 and sell lower? Maybe, could be an option. But one thing I don't like is you can see on silver, there's a lot of wiggle, meaning that the price action can spike you in and out. So it's never top of my list to trade silver anyway. So I'm going to use that as a reference over potentially sell gold. So I'm just going to use that as a reference. All right. Final one that I want to quickly touch base is Bitcoin. We are finding some buyer at this support level, but if you go down to a weekly chart, right? Weekly looks bearish, and now we're having a corrective phase like that. A potential head and shoulder on the weekly, daily, you'll see more. So I see price could potentially get lower back to test the 20,000 area. That's my my view on Bitcoin at the moment. So it is actually top of my list to sell it as well, to short it. If you have access to short it in your broker, then yeah, it's fine. The price action is not difficult to trade. You can see last time when it did just going to use this, a double top, a fake out, we call it, above the 45K area, drop straight back down. All right. So ultimately what I'm looking for is come to the 45K area, a rejection around here, take the short, maybe take some profit around here and leave some running. So that's my plan on Bitcoin at the moment. Moving on to the final one that I'm going to share is Ethereum. Weekly, you can see is, it's trying to say, okay, I made a higher high and, higher low, but this is more corrective than anything, really. It's more potential head and shoulder. Again, if you go to daily, you'll see a bit clearer. So we got this rejection, we're resistant around the 3,400 area. So price could this is the right shoulder, could be the head, and that's the right shoulder, sorry, in here. Maybe look for a rejection and sell it back to this area, take some profit. And I see it eventually drop lower to test the 2018 high, so end of 2017 high area, which is around the 1,300 or 1,500, which I will be a investor then. Okay, but until then, currently is waiting game to wait for the price action to short it. Okay, so that's all pretty much my market view. I'm just going to go quickly to the stock index and see what they're doing. Right, so loading up, we can see this is the hourly chart. Definitely. Oh, okay. I've got a notification on Aussie dollar short. I'll go into it a bit later. So this price action here, like I said, Dow Jones, if I see aggressive selling there, then yes, I'll probably sell Kiwi. You can see the momentum is slowing down on S&P as well. Clearly not very attractive on NASDAQ. All right. Quickly have a look at Russell as well. I know some people don't look at it, but I do. I tend to look at multiple sort of market just to see what they're doing. Yeah, it's looking a bit tired as well. All right. Just going to go to my Aussie dollar notification and see what's happening. Nothing significant, I think. It's probably an old notification. Sometime it happens. So yeah, still a double top formation on an hour. Not enough for me to sell it, but I'll be keeping an eye on Kiwi. So Kiwi 1 hour. Yeah, no, not yet. Nothing significant. Let me see if that will break first. So this level around the 67, 70 area is the area that I like to see. All right. It's just going to stop sharing now. So that's my view on the market. If you are a member of us, you can ask me a question. If I do decide to take the trade on the Kiwi dollar, then I will post it on our Discord group. So the members can follow our trade. We'll put the exact number of entry price, stop loss prices, target prices, and how we manage it as well. If you are interested, it is absolutely free to try out. The link will be in the description, or if you're watching it from Instagram, then it will be on our bios, okay? So it's good to see you all. Have a good trading day, and we'll see you again back here next Tuesday at 7 a.m. Okay? Thank you.